Like,
Hey Siege fans.
what?
I'm your host Seltzer,
Starting.
and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Operation Shadow Legacy, the
Where are you
biggest
watching
season
it?
yet to come to Siege.
Isn't it just
We're still
Twitch?
coming at you from the comforts of our
All
own
right, the
homes,
Twitch thing.
and we're excited to share what's coming up with the help of our very own Ubisoft news team. They've put together a quick look at what's in store today, starting with our newest operator. Most of you know him as Sam Fisher, but at Siege, we like to call him Zero.
Fuck, David.
You should know
very
better
sorry.
than to write me off.
Fucking hell, there he started.
Well, it just started, right?
In Operation Shadow Legacy, a legend steps out of the darkness and into the light as Sam Fisher comes to Rainbow Six Siege.
All right, let's see
Armed
what
with
it
a
does.
powerful
Are you
new
watching?
intel gathering
Yes, I'm
gadget,
watching.
a deadly
Okay.
new assault rifle, and a gruff demeanor honed over years of fieldwork, Fisher steps into his new
What?
call
Twitch?
sign, Zero, with all the swagger you'd expect from an icon.
Oh, look at that
But
icon.
Shadow Legacy is about more than one operator. It's about a whole host of gameplay
So it's like a Twitch
modifications
stream?
that will change the way you
Yeah.
play Siege.
But
Game
you can't move it.
2.0, new and updated optics, a hard-breaching secondary gadget, pooled
the-
reinforcements, and map ban, plus the match replay alpha
Oh,
phase on the
yeah,
test
it's
server
better new
are just
things this
some of the
Yeah.
updates that,
Well, they showed it a
along
while
with the
ago, but-
rework of the scenic chalet
Guess it's
map,
finally out.
will ensure this season has a lasting legacy. It starts with Sam Fisher joining Team Rainbow as
he's a
Zero,
two-two.
a medium speed, medium armor attacker. His SC-3000K assault rifle may look familiar to fans of his previous work.
Oh, yes, frags.
And it's right at home in Siege with a variety of optics to suit your preferred style.
I like that. That
He
icon
can
looks
also
weird.
rock the MP7, and he's
It's
got
like
a
the Russian one.
5.7 USG sidearm with an integrated suppressor
Yeah.
in keeping
I
with
guess
his
it's supposed to be
signature
like
stealthy
his,
style. Speaking of
what's it
which,
called?
check out
Oh, wait,
the
change
laser
color.
sight on his Argus
that it?
launcher.
It was a
doesn't
different
just
color.
have the look,
that time.
it also delivers the goods. Intel.
Ready. August.
That's
Always one to use cameras to his advantage, Zero can fire his Argus projectiles into breakable and reinforced
Is it
surfaces
showing the
to
green
burrow
laser?
through and create camera vision on both sides of the barrier.
It's like a valve
Walls,
right on right there.
floors, hatches,
Yeah.
and ceilings
Ah,
are all
okay.
potential peak points for Zero and his allies. And though the two-way cameras can only look in one direction at a time, there's no more versatile way to get a look into a room the defenders don't want you to see. Even if they can't burrow all the way through, Zero's camera projectiles will still stick into most surfaces, opening up a world of possibilities for
So is it
cheeky
just
new
the way
camera
it's
placement.
facing, or does it go on both sides?
And it's not just intel they'll be
Just the way
gathering.
it's facing,
Each Argus
yeah.
projectile can fire a single laser to destroy enemy gadgets or deal minor damage to enemies themselves.
Oh, yeah, so
Zero's gadget
damn, so
is
you
a
can use it from
powerful
under
new
the floor.
tool for the attacking team.
Yeah,
so
but the thing is,
defenders
like-
will want to keep their eyes
Well,
and
it's still
ears
camera, but it
peeled.
only has one shot.
The projectiles make a distinct sound when burrowing into place,
Yeah.
and can be easily destroyed with a bullet. Electrified surfaces will destroy the projectiles on contact. Also, mute jammers will keep them from functioning, while Wamai and Jaeger's gadgets will snap up any that fly by. But with so
many does he
many
get?
places to
Three?
deploy
I think
his
it's 4.
gadget from relative
I saw
safety,
4.
and so many ways to put it to use, Zero is sure to make
Yeah, I
his
think
presence felt on Team
He's
Rainbow.
dead.
The map you've been seeing here is likely familiar. I mean, who hasn't spent time in an
That egg guy used to
expansive
be the
remote
fucking thing
chalet
outside.
surrounded by snow-capped peaks?
I like it, though.
The chalet map rework brings
okay.
some new navigation options to the venerable retreat, notably the ability to rappel all the way up and traverse the rooftop. There are some interior renovations as well, including
Oh, they
one
reworked
window
it.
you'll definitely want to watch out for, but
yeah, I
we'll
guess
leave
so.
it to the level design team to tell you more. In fact, there is so much going on in Operation Shadow Legacy, we're going to have to let the developers take it from here. Big changes are afoot, folks. Don't go anywhere.
We don't need thermite no more. You just gotta bring that.
So what's this?
I told you it was a big season. Now let's dive in and take a deeper look at our map rework.
Chalet rework.
Here we come.
Take it from here. Big changes are afoot,
Let's
folks.
chalet rework.
Don't go anywhere.
I like chat there. I don't need no viewers.
I told you it was
doesn't
a
look
big
like they
season.
changed that much
Now
about it.
let's dive in and take a deeper look at our
there we
map rework. Chalet, here we come.
I thought they were doing a tower.
Coming back to
Wasn't it a
Chalet was
tower?
really
I thought they were
exciting.
doing a
And
rework
it
for.
brought me back
I mean,
to my
skyscraper.
earlier years playing Rainbow Six, going through the woods with my squad, going
I
towards the
don't think they.
objective. And
Why would
that's
they
the same
rework?
kind of feeling I have right now when I look at
They
Chalet.
should rework
Things we wanted
the
to
rank
improve
map.
was
That's
the
why,
objective, making
skyscraper.
it a bit more fair on
Not
attack,
tower. I
and
meant
on
skyscraper.
defense, making it a bit more interesting. The way you attack the map now is completely different than before, simply because we added repels in the map. You can move on the
Whoa,
roof.
you can
That's
be on the
completely
roof.
different. The way you get line of sights into rooms and stuff, it's a simple thing, but for the map, like, it changes the whole dynamic.
What the?
The only big change, I guess, in objective location is that trophy is not an objective
Hey.
anymore. So now you have kitchen and dining instead of having trophy, because we added the new stairs and trophy.
Oh shit.
So the basement is pretty much all there. Only for one major difference, which is something new, is that we connected the hallway that people call blue. From the stairs you
Okay.
can go to the hallway and into cellars.
That's pretty cool.
Cellar,
I like the
we
little
made it a bit
connection
different
between the.
to help a lot of
Yeah.
defenders. So the garage door is a really cool
Oh,
way.
man.
You
to
see how the
protect
site changes color?
objective, and we
Bruh.
didn't really want to change it too much.
No.
The only thing we did is add a window.
I think the site was
right
purple that
above,
time.
the garage door, making it so defenders can peek through the window and put pressure, and it just makes it so the gameplay is a bit more interactive during this phase of the attack, instead of just being the attackers opening the wall and that's it.
Operation Shadow Legacy marks the first time recruiting a known operator into Team Rainbow. Let's see what it takes to bring a legend like Sam Fisher into Siege.
They're gonna do the thing.
There is a
The
lot of
introduction.
elements in the Sam Fisher fantasy that revolved around the Sam Fisher.
What is this? Look at this guy.
Stealth,
Looks really comfy.
Girl,
guys,
man.
those
Girl.
elements, we want to interpret them in a way that would fit a PvP game like Rainbow Six Siege. We're bringing this
Yo, Skrillex in the chat.
the fact that Sam has more intel than his opponent, that he can
me see.
outsmart them. So that was the first step.
Skrillex.
The intel tool on attack.
They're calling that guy Skrillex, bro.
I think it wouldn't be that bad if he
That's
were
what
like
we
if he
have
wasn't
to
wearing a
say.
tank top.
How can I
Yeah,
go
sure.
How can I have an
Yeah.
idea what's happening on the other side of the wall?
He just looks too casual.
That's
right?
where we bring
Yeah.
the idea of the camera drilling through the wall.
Like, bro,
to
there's
give
like
us
60,000
information
people
on the other
watching, like,
side.
how you
When
gonna
we
learn
started using that concept, which we felt was awesome and very natural in Siege, and as well also very Sam Fisher, we wanted to also have this gameplay that is so common to every iteration of Sam, where you are in those intel tools, but you don't just collect information, you also wait for the right time to act. And that's when we came up with the idea of this one laser shot that the camera has, because the fantasy of having a gadget embedded in the camera was strong, and also since the laser is visible and make noise, it is relevant for Zero to actually look at the defending team and maybe wait for them to be far away to use their gadget to not betray the location of your camera. And that gameplay of being in a cam and watching the defender pass by and wait for the right time to use the gadget is, to us, very Splinter Cell.
Yeah, that's
Like
good.
the core
Because
role of Sam
they're
Fisher
battling
is
a lot
definitely
to the defender
intel
gadgets.
gatherer.
Because they're still
And as a
like,
result, one of the parties
looking for
thrives very
defenders.
much, like he's really good at flank watching.
So
Flank
it
watching
goes,
is his strong suit.
Does it go
At the
through
same
reinforced
time,
walls?
we
Because
made a
they.
kit
Yeah,
for
they
him
said
that
it does.
would allow him
Okay.
to get rid of a lot of utilities. Defending team does not have access to IQ, so we could not afford to have those cameras being as subtle as Valkyrie, for example, and we had to make them more visible. So
Yeah.
when they land, they make a.
That ping though, it looks
the-
sick.
They are bigger than
Looks
the
a little
Valkyrie
weird,
cam,
but-
They are very
Instead of the little
shape,
mic.
like a decal around it. So if you look for it as a defender, you should be able to find it. And it might be difficult to catch them with a regular mute jammer.
Whoa,
Mute jammer
that's his
are
icon.
efficient at catching
I wasn't paying
drones
attention
because
to
you can funnel them through doors, drone holes, etc. So it's a pretty great way to
Oh, look
go
at that.
around mute mode setup, for example. It is still a projectile. Jaeger and Womai will interact with it just the same, which, depending on how you see things, might be a counter to Zero himself or to Womai and Jaeger based on how much utility you bring. We're bringing a new weapon, and not just any new weapon.
MP7.
We're bringing the ST3000K.
I wonder how that's gonna
For
work
us,
in
the
a
iconic weapon. of
attack.
Splinter
Oh, look,
Cell.
he has
We're gonna
the
recognize it
MP7.
Right
That's what he
away
said.
by like the way it looks, the way it feels, and yeah, it's pretty great. It's
That other
definitely
gun's,
part of
87
the
ACOG?
Splinter Cell package, and it was really enjoyable to have.
Was that other gun new?
But we didn't stop there.
Yeah, it's
we
neat.
wanted to give you an
I
option
didn't
that
see
would
that
be
name.
come maybe at a surprise and something very enjoyable for our community, and that would fit with what we see in this character. And that
Right.
option.
You see the site?
is
Oh,
the
it's like,
step
it was purple
Yeah,
that
it's
time?
the ACOG.
with
Oh,
magnification.
I'm pretty sure you can change color.
Yeah.
There is definitely a
Damn.
bison,
You brought back a big
a
7
lot of
ACOG.
research that went into it. Like we put a lot of research into all our operators, but this is like it was already an established character, so we had to go through and pick and choose. Okay, what are we keeping? What are we redesigning? What is essential to the core? So it was a little bit intimidating because he's such a big.
You're not
character.
recording the screen,
We have
are
an
you?
in-house Sam
The
Fisher
what?
expert, so
You're not recording the
made
screen?
sure I checked
No.
in with him. Pretty much every step of the way. So Sam Fisher's new codename Zero. It's a sign of respect.
check
Zero and
YouTube right
Zero
away.
Alpha are
Okay.
actually call
Was that it?
signs given to the net controller or
Okay.
commander. So
Just saying.
it
Just so you could upload
indicates
it real
his seniority. Harry is a psychologist. He doesn't have that military experience that Sam does. And coming in as an instructor, he's going to teach the rest of the guys a thing or two. So he's our first member of the ROS, Rainbow Operational Staff. My
kinda looks like
headcanon
Joel.
is always just Sam Fisher sitting in the back of the
Yes.
room with a coffee. He just doesn't say anything. He just looks at you and then walks away. Just pure judgment.
Now, if it hasn't sunk in yet that this
They're
season's a
making fun
little
of
bit
her,
different, we're about to make it crystal clear. This new era of Siege is kicking off with a ton of core gameplay modifications that are going to change the way you play. Here to tell us more
When
are
is
some
this,
of our wonderful
season
developers
dropping?
from Montreal and Barcelona.
Isn't it like in a month or something?
First of all, we're introducing 2 new sites, a new red dot and a new holographic site. We are also bringing in 2 new scopes, one of it which is going to be at 1.5 zoom level, the other one is going to be at 2.0 zoom level. We are also changing the ACOG a bit. We're reducing the zoom level to 2.5 from 3.0. We are also keeping the 3.0 level. We're going to change the reticle and aesthetic insight of the scope, and it will also be distributed on DMRs. So yes, it's going to provide us with a new balancing tool for kits and provide you with different experience. So once the TS is live for Shadow Legacy,
There's too much in the way of the sites, so you can't like you know how the
people
Yeah,
just like
the
little
surrounding.
thing.
they will
Yeah.
discover some weapons that
That one's
they
nice, I like
discovered
that.
before
Yeah,
because they
'cause it
didn't
doesn't have the
ACOG.
lines
Now
going
with
across.
1.5x,
Oh, it just does the
they'll
bottom one.
discover, like, this weapon
Yeah,
is
look
really
at it.
good, and
That's why I like the
they're
Russian
very-
ACOGs because
One of the most
there's
exciting
too much
one
in
has to
between,
be
like,
the 1.5 on
this feels like a
Vector.
holographic.
It would have been too good.
One,
to
for
have
me,
an
it's not
ACOG,
that
but
Shit.
the ability to give a 1.5
precise
and
looking.
actually use the range, it's incredibly fun. With those new
Hey.
sights and scopes, we're also bringing in more customization.
Hopefully
for
the Vector
players.
gets
We'll be
gets more
able
used.
to customize the sensitivity of each of those zoom level. So if you want to have a super quick 12x and a super slow 5x, nothing is stopping you now.
Finally.
Instead of having
Yeah.
2 global options, one for regular sensitivity and one for sensitivity while aiming down sight, we are keeping the global sensitivity, and we are also increasing the amount of sliders that you have control over. So you will have a slider for the 1x, you will have a slider for the 1.5, 2.0, etc. So more control for the players. We are introducing the accessibility tab in the option.
Oh, so that's what you
So
changed
this
the
will be
color?
the last tab that you see.
Yeah.
When you open this,
That's
you will
cool.
have plenty of choice for colors of your reticles. You will be able to choose from colorblind types, or simply pick a colors among the choices. And one of the other things that we will bring to this customization is the opacity level of the reticles. You can open this menu and this tab while you are in game, and then you'll be able to change it whenever you want. So, just like
I would have it
the
on like a
6
green,
Invitational,
but like
we wanna
a
make new content
like a
for
really
everyone
low
to enjoy.
green,
This will
where like you can
also
barely see it, so I
allow
can see
the
more.
balancing team to
Yeah.
have more tools to balance the weapons, kits, and operators. So yes, making
Kind of
sure
like that. It looks sick.
every operators have fun options and fun guns.
In live, each defender has 2 reinforcements to deploy, so it's an individual amount of
What did
reinforcement.
she say?
And with the new system of reinforcement, we have replaced this individual amount by a common pool of reinforcement.
Oh my god,
That
if I didn't have
means
a
we
fucking
10
subtitle, I couldn't tell what to
reinforcement
say.
at the beginning of the round, no matter how player starts the round. If a player is disconnected or leaves the game, you have still
Oh, so you get the
10
reinforcements?
available for
Oh
all
shit.
players. Some operator
That's
has
sick.
a lot of utilities.
Oh wait, so is
to
it
put
10
in the
reinforcements?
environment.
Oh, it is.
No
So it's
But
just
it's
10
the same.
place to
Oh,
do
okay.
during the preparation.
That's
Right.
kinda.
That's
focus on
fucked
the
up.
reinforcement
Imagine they're like, hey, you
rovers
reinforce
that
everything.
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
four
they're
people just
gonna-
go fucking roam.
more than 2 hatches.
I feel like that might
So
happen a
globally,
bit though.
even in a
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
think
happen
if-
after
if
it's
they-
like, hey, you two
we have
fuckers, stay right there. I don't
implemented
want to
also
see you outside.
the
It's like, better reinforce
improvement of the
everything.
preparation
Yeah, I feel like it's
still
just making, it's just putting the work on
important
other
for
people
us,
right now.
and we will continue
Yeah, like
to work on that in
that's
the
gonna be bad, especially in the lower ranks. Like
Right now we have
like the new players are just gonna
only
keep on reinforcing like the hatches or
but
like stuff
with
you're not
the
supposed to.
system, you just have to
Like
pin
you could
the gadget,
you can minimize the
and there
damage.
was
For
a
example, you have
icon
like a
tells
4
you
stack.
which gadget
By like
there.
there's
So
8
when
reinforcements you know where to
pin
put.
enemy
But if
gadget,
you have a new player and he just puts them
you'll be
everywhere,
able
where
to
you're not
also
supposed to, like it's gonna fuck up the whole
creator's
thing.
identity on top of the screen.
I don't think it was that bad where you don't get
You
two
can
reinforcements.
also
It's gonna be
pin
worse
your
if you
own
have.
gadgets.
If,
So this
it's
is
gonna be
useful
worse
for
than missing 2
every
reinforcements if
level
you
of
put like
player, because
4
let's say you
reinforcements
pick
like somewhere
the
you're not
route,
supposed to.
and you will be able to pin your own gadget
Yeah.
and tell other players that I put mute gadget on this location. It's gonna be available on
That gamer
observation
headset.
group.
Like that.
So you will be able to pin from camera and drone. We simply added number on hero pin assigned to each player, so it's gonna be 1 to 5. This will be decided at the beginning of
So
the
you
match,
can
and
ping
it will keep
without,
until the end of the match.
Well, scanning.
Yeah, was that what he was doing? It's just that every time he scanned another one.
He was.
Okay. It was kind of
So
weird though,
in
because he was
the
doing it right
past few
after
years,
he
we saw
scans.
that
It's like, what's the point of scanning if you're gonna
attacker's
ping it in?
composition is
But then what's the point of
and
having
bringing a
scans?
hard breacher is a must, and we would like to ease it a little bit. And with the secondary gadget, the attackers don't need to bring a dedicated hard.
You know what I
breacher.
mean? 'Cause
Maybe
it's just
can
gonna
do
expose
some
you.
more exotic picks.
Yeah, I
So
know,
the hard
but-
break charge, it's a bit
Maybe
slower,
it
and the
works
hole it
differently.
makes is
I don't know.
also smaller. It's
I
still
think
gonna be
it.
enough
I
to
think
bolt
it's where
speed
you scan it
or
and then it
crouch
shows
walk
like a
through,
ping afterwards.
but, you
The yellow
cannot
ping
just
was
drop
like, oh,
it.
this is where they were before.
Deployment, it's gonna be
So it doesn't stay as a
automatically
red
activated.
scan.
So there is no remote.
So I think like red scan is like a
At the
live
same
ping,
time,
and then
the fusing
after
is quite
like
long.
a second
we
it
wanted
turns
to
yellow.
make it easier for the defenders to react to it. So either we can try to trick it, or we can try to.
This is
run
good.
away.
This is good. Because
The hard
for
breach
some
charge
sites,
can
you don't
be
really need a
deployed
hard
on
breacher. So it's like,
reinforced
we're
hatches
wasting
as
the
well,
whole
and this
ass.
is gonna be very
We're
important.
wasting
We
utility.
would like to
I feel
try
like this guy
to
does too much though.
reinforce the rooftop hatches.
It feels
And,
like he can do a lot.
This means
The-
that at the beginning of
Zero.
the round, all the.
But that's not
rooftop
just him.
hatches
That's
would be
they're gonna give it
reinforced
to a
by
lot of
default.
people.
This
Oh, was
will
that a-
give
just a
the
side
defenders
gadget
new
thing?
opportunities
secondary,
and
yeah.
Oh,
different
okay.
strategies, because now they can decide to commit to defend those hatches.
Oh, that's why
with the
Capital
help
did it.
of Kite, for example.
Okay, I thought we were
would
watching
like to put it to that
like
server.
Capital's
No, no,
percent.
no.
Let
We're
us
past
know
that. We're
if,
past that in the operation.
Alright.
If it doesn't work or
Yeah.
players don't like
This
it,
is,
we are ready
I don't know,
to,
man.
to
'Cause
revert it.
isn't that the whole
But
thing
if
with
it
Ace
works,
where he had
then
3?
let's go.
I don't know.
We'll
You're not
move
gonna.
forward with it.
That's part of the strategy where it's like, well, we need a hard reacher. Like, who's gonna be the
Season
hard
3,
reacher?
we are
And now it's
changing
like,
a little
oh,
bit
well,
the
anyone can be a
behavior
hard
of the
reacher.
EMP grenade
Yeah, but
Thatcher.
I feel like you're also
As
forced
of
to
now,
play an op.
in the game, Thatcher's
You know?
EMP grenade can have multiple.
I don't know. I kind of like
the
this because
defensive
now we don't
gadgets.
really
Some
have
of them are
to
destroyed right away, and some of
like
them
bring
are
thermite.
disabled for
Like
a
you,
certain
like
amount
you
of time, and
can,
then
but
we
when
come
it
back.
when it's just us two playing,
We
then
would like
we don't
to
really need
unify
it.
this, and from season 3, all the defender in-world
Oh.
gadgets will be
Oh.
disabled instead of destroyed. The bandit
saw that
system
shit?
Yeah.
will change a little bit
What the
because of
fuck,
this.
man?
Thatcher's gameplay
sick.
is gonna be more interesting. It's not gonna be just like I leave an EMP here and then
They're making it more
just go to the other
beginner
side of the
friendly.
map. Timing is gonna be important, and to play together.
Because part of
with
the bandit trick is like, oh,
breachers
you
with the
do,
rest
they're
of
like,
it.
don't lose your gadgets. You know, where it's like, you're
And
bandit
we would
tricking,
like
but you have to
give
know
the
how to
agency
bandit trick
the
or else you lose all your
players
batteries.
to influence what maps they are playing or what maps they don't want to play. This will reduce the frustration of the player who doesn't want to play this certain map, and also can even lead to
good.
sometimes toxic
Yeah, so
behaviors
finally.
of rage quitting.
So it was this
Maybe probably.
We
season.
will introduce first in the ranked and unranked playlists, and in the future we might add it to other playlists as well. There will be 3 maps generated randomly from the playlist map pool, and each team can vote to ban one of those. And at the end, what is not banned, they will play that one.
Let's
or
go.
In case there is both team is voting for one map and there is 2 possibilities, then a random choice will be taken between the 2 maps.
2 long-awaited words are taking a step closer to reality this season: match replay. This new feature will be hitting the Shadow Legacy servers in its alpha phase, and we're gonna need your help putting it through its paces. Here's a breakdown.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm here to introduce
that way I don't have
Match
to
Replay.
record.
I'm really excited to tell you that it will come for the first time on the test server with Season 3. Match Replay, it's a system that
We're playing 3
records your
servers this
last
time,
played
David.
games. It will have
What?
you will have the possibility to
Next
store
season we're
up to
playing
12
well,
games that will be stored
we
locally,
gotta download the
and
test
you
server.
will be able to find it in the new section of the game that will be called Watch. You just have to click on it and it will start automatically. You will start from the perspective of the spectator. So you will be able to see the map and the players from the top view. But I think even more interesting, it will be that you will have access to each player view.
Wow,
Regardless if it was your teammate or if it was your enemy, you will be able to see all the points of view, which is pretty exciting, and can't wait to see the reaction of
I think it'd be good for a lot of content creators, like especially the ones that make like
always has been
and
is
then
to make
like
sure that it's a very reliable
strategy
system
analysis.
in terms of what you're actually doing in the game. It's actually replicated really accurately.
You think they're gonna
the match
talk about the
replay
Chonka,
also.
the rework?
Right now it's
I
an alpha
think, yeah, it's
version.
supposed to be this
This is
season.
because we are aware that it's still a lot of work to do. And you will see that by your own when you will test it on the server.
Well, I don't know. I feel like they would have
Just go
promoted it.
try it and see how it is.
Huh?
Because
I feel like they would have
I'm very
promoted
sure
the
you'll get pretty
Tachanka
excited
thing
as I am.
more than they
You
have.
will be able to see everything that happened in the game, and we also need your feedback to see how we can improve.
This is gonna be good for the cheaters once they
Along
want to
with
bring
all the
into the
features
game.
coming to you
It's gonna be like
in-game
more
this
apparent.
season, we've got 2 features coming to you outside the game. You've told us how important it is to track your performance, and so we're going to launch a new personal stat
R6.
tracker called My Siege Stats on Rainbow6.com. We've built this platform to be a meaningful tool to track your performance and help you become a better player. Simply enter your username and we'll give you a host of stats that you can use to analyze your matches and target areas of improvement. My Siege Stats
You think
will
people are
go
gonna
live
stop
with
using
launch
the
of
other
Shadow
site,
Legacy.
or?
So hop in and check it out. We are also very excited
Maybe.
to announce the release of Squad Finder, a brand new service to help Rainbow Six Siege players build the perfect team. Informed by your in-game data and playing habits, Squad Finder will help you find
That's
like-minded
cool.
teammates and build the
Find
best
people to
squad
play
in
with.
Siege. Squad Finder is already available on Rainbow6.com, so
We need 2 more
what are you
people.
waiting for? The more players you squad up, the better the experience will be. Now that we reached the end of the show, I hope you're as excited as we are
It's
for all
cool.
the new content coming to Siege.
Hey, what the
Shadow
fuck?
Legacy test
Where's the
server
chunk?
on PC
It's
is
going
live
live
tomorrow.
tomorrow.